That last episode of My Hero Academia, I know it's JJK on the screen right now, but panels like these, I don't know what it is. They always hit different. It's the same with the 4 Emperors in One Piece, but also with the final battles in My Hero from that last episode. This did the manga justice. Let me give you a side-by-side so you can see how Studio Bones copy Horikoshi's artwork almost to the T. They'll never have as much detail. Like, it's an anime. It is what it is, but dude, look at this. But the best thing about this episode is that it highlights the best parts of Bakugo's character, which is that Bakugo is essentially a younger Endeavor that never gave up. Keep in mind, the entire thing about Endeavor is the fact that he couldn't find a way to surpass All Might, so he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have children that can do that instead. Because no matter how hard I tried, no matter how much work I put in, the gap between us never got smaller. There were even situations where All Might would put himself in front of Endeavor, and if he just dropped the ego for a second, he could have got the help that he wanted to be better. His ego kept him from receiving help from All Might, the same way Bakugo's ego kept him from receiving help from Midoriya. But after Midoriya and Bakugo had their heart-to-heart, he was able to see that, yo, this guy was never trying to be ahead of me. His entire time growing up, he thought that Midoriya was better than he was, so he thought that Midoriya was in competition with him because he was in competition with Midoriya. Once he learned that that's not how Midoriya is, he just likes to help people, then he regretted never taking his hand. That's why in the last episode of My Hero, when he saw Midoriya reach out his hand from behind, he didn't even hesitate. Like, even though I could try to go and save All Might with my own strength, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go to Deku. Not taking his hand the first time he reached out to me was one of the biggest regrets of my life. And now that I'm old enough to see that I should have taken his hand then, I'm not gonna miss the chance to take his hand now. If it was old Bakugo, he would have tried to use his new technique on his own to go and save All Might, and he would have failed. But the new Bakugo, who's been working with Midoriya for several seasons at this point, helping to train Midoriya so that he can learn his quirks, but at the same time, he's getting stronger too. And because he never gave up like Endeavor did, when the time came for him to fight somebody as strong as All For One, he was ready because he had always put the work in. The best part is, Edgeshot confirms this when he says that he couldn't bring Bakugo back to life, but his own sweat explosion inside of his heart popped and brought him back. So because of the relentless training that he's been putting in ever since he was young, he was able to be alive today to fight against All For One and give him such a hard time that he can even say, hey, I'm your final boss. You want to get to Shigaraki? You got to go through me. He flipped the script on him, culminating into one of my favorite art pieces of all time. And the craziest thing is, we're only 3 episodes into season 8. This is going to be a legendary run.